Hey y'all, I'm Allison Asarch from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Sean Fraser from the Ritzy Kids.
Hunters, this is Johnny from Rail Motor.
Hey, it's Shane from Blind Season.
Hey, it's Rob Stanier, and you can check out my music on all the streaming platforms.
Check out my latest music on all the streaming sites.
Check out my debut album on all streaming platforms.
Check out our new debut album.
Check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. And you're listening to our friends, Braggy and Curly.
My favorite bands from Australia.
My two favourite podcasters,
Braggy and Curly.
Braggy and Curly.
On the
Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.
Hey there, everyone, and welcome to episode 75 of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. I'm sitting here with some noise in the background. I'm sitting here with my good mate, Big Stuey Browse. Down the other end of the line, we've got our good friend, Stuey Bragg, who's getting some notes. And we're working pretty hard at the moment. This is our second podcast in 2 days. We've got another one coming straight after this because one of us is going to London. So we needed to get some episodes in the can, didn't we, Braggy?
Yeah. Well, you could have done a podcast while you were actually running. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I don't know how that would have worked.
Heavy breathing.
And we're still coming off the high of talking to Pocket Watch.
Oh, man. Those
yesterday.
young fellas, I was just wrapped in them. I just thought, yeah, they're going to go a long way, I reckon, if they keep at it, don't you?
Yeah, they've got good energy on stage. It was, I wonder, you reckon that was their first interview ever?
Maybe. I just think they're going to kill it. They're good-looking young roosters too, so, you know.
Yeah. They've got the image.
That's definitely an advantage.
Yeah, very much so. And when you look at Sam, it's almost like it's a school uniform type setup that he wears. So. I love it. I love it.
But I like the way they've thought about that what they're going to wear as well, you know. And it's not wanky. It's just, you know, it's like the knack.
Very much so. So we've got a quick show tonight, and as many of our listeners know, Stewie's a good friend of mine. He's a bit of a country western person, likes two types of music, country and western. He knows that there's two Kernigans, isn't there? There's
don't you be slagging off country, Curly.
And Tanya.
Slag off country. Yep. I'll tell Alison.
I would never slag off country because when you go over to Browsie's place, that's all you listen to, so you get to like it anyway. So I asked him to share with us because I know you like any sort of music. You like any style of music genre. You'll give it a crack and you'll have a listen. So,
Curly, country. I just want to say one thing. Country's got so many styles that if you saying you don't like country, it's like saying you don't like pizza. You know, there's so many toppings you can have on it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
have you ever had anyone say to you, Braggy, they don't like country?
loads of people.
Yeah.
I hate it when they say it. So I just go, oh, so you don't like the Eagles? And they go, oh, no, I like the Eagles. Oh, so okay. So you don't like, you know, I just reel them off, you know, one after the other.
Yeah.
You don't like Johnny Cash?
What?
Oh, no, I like Johnny Cash. You know, so they just, yeah. They put it in a
So
little pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the pocket that they're putting it in, do you think?
I think they're putting it in like Slim Dusty, especially Australians. I think they put it in that. I think they put it in that. And I
And
like that
the lights on the
too.
hill are a beating in time. Oh, a lot of my childhood was Dad playing Slim Dusty in the car.
Yeah.
And Rossi, in one of our episodes, talked about Chad Morgan. So he's another classic Australian country artist, isn't he? So
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for country, we wouldn't have got the Johnnies here in Australia.
We wouldn't have had anything,
So-
mate, because country and the blues made rock and roll. So we would have had nothing without country.
Yeah. So, Stewie, what is it about country that drives you?
Good question. I'm probably like Bragg, and I like all types of music. But for me, I think country is storytelling. You know, it has a story to it. It has a start, has a beginning, has an end, and it's about something that's actually happened. So it's real.
Yeah.
You know, so I remember initially when I was a kid, I used to think, every country song, if you had something about your lost dog or your parents gone missing, then you can make a country song. Because that's all it was. But, as you get older, you understand that that's not what it's all about. It's there's a lot of meat in what goes on, and it's all about personal stuff. So
Yeah, well, it's a
I remember-
it's a type of folk music, isn't it? It's storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
folk,
is.
Folk music is telling a story and passing it down the line.
I remember a Paul Hogan show, now that's showing my age, where he spoke about country music and he spoke about, lost love, dogs and trucks, and he did a song, grabbed his guitar and strummed along, and he says, "Woke up this morning sad and lonesome. My brother took my darling Lulu Bell. It was bad enough he took my darling, but he didn't have to take my dog as well. And my truck."
Yeah, that's
apologies.
the stereotype. Yeah.
Apologies for everyone that just had to listen. So, Stuey, you've got 3 up-and-comers, is that correct?
Yeah, well, I've got 2 up-and-comers and someone that I think is worth a chat about.
All right, so do you want to talk about the artist, or do you want to just go straight into the song and then talk about it?
Play it. Well, I'll maybe intro a bit, make it a little bit easier. So the first person is Caitlin Shadbolt. So this young lady, I first saw her in 2014. She was on X Factor, and was just someone that just caught your eye. She had presence. Quite a young person. She's only 26 now, so going back then she was very, very young. And her auditioning song was "Life Is a Highway" by Tom Cochrane. And at the time, that's a song that Karen and I had a lot around, so that caught my eye as well to start with. But just a really, really nice kid that's done a really good job, worked hard, like all these people do at a young age, trying to be somewhere. And it's a young girl that comes from Gympie and does a lot of work around the Gympie muster. So there's a bit of an intro to who she is.
Okay, so let's put the song on. It's a song called Bones.
It doesn't make sense when you put it on paper. Doesn't read well when you say it loud. Everyone else seems to question my instincts. Even my family have their doubts. You can tell by the tone in their voice. You can see by the look in their eyes. You can think what you want, but I think otherwise. I just feel it in my bones, like a light that leads me back home, like my boots know where to go. Don't ask me why, 'cause I don't know. There's something running through my veins. It's something I can't explain. Don't think it'll ever change. Don't ask me why, 'cause I don't know. I just feel it in my bones. I just feel it in my bones. Yeah. Well, it's not easy to see in a dark room. Hard to trust what you can't hold. But you don't need your sight to have a vision. You just gotta dig till you find gold. And there's so many reasons to give up, but there's so many more to stay. You can't suggest that I stop, but I'll do it anyway. I just feel it in my bones, like a light that leads me back home, like my boots know where to go. Don't ask me why, 'cause I don't know. There's something running through my veins. It's something I can't explain. Don't think it'll ever change. Don't ask me why, 'cause I don't know. I just feel it in my bones. If I could tell ya, then I'll tell ya, and I'll finally be understood. Wish I could spell it out, I could write it down if I could, yeah, you know I would. If I could tell ya, then I'll tell ya, and I'll finally be understood. Wish I could spell it out, I could write it down if I could, yeah, you know I just feel it in my bones, like a light that leads me back home, like my boots know where to go. Don't ask me why, 'cause I don't know. There's something running through my veins. It's something I can't explain. Don't think it'll ever change. Don't ask me why, 'cause I don't know. I just feel it in my bones. Yeah, I just feel it in my bones. I just feel it in my bones.
y'all. I'm Allison Asarch from Nashville, Tennessee. Check out my debut album, Texas to Tennessee, on all streaming platforms or wherever you listen to music. And you're listening to my favorite fans from Australia, Braggy and Curly, on the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.
That's not a bad little song. I didn't mind that.
Great. I would call that pop country.
Yeah.
Country pop.
Yeah.
You know, like Shania
much.
Twain, that sort of style. And so it's not your country style where you got the twangy, you know, G, C, D, you know, like the Johnny Cash style thing. But because they're using the acoustic instruments, it's still got that country sort of feel to it, you know.
Yeah, it's a happy song.
Yeah, happy song.
Yeah, it's a happy little...
It is. Yeah, it's an upbeat song.
And that clip, is that Brisbane in the background, the clip?
Yeah. Yeah, she does a lot of stuff
Brizzy.
out of Brizzy, and yeah.
That's so cool.
So
Yeah,
spends
nice.
a lot of
That's
time
a
in
good-
Queensland,
that's a
right
good
through
song.
Queensland. So
Yeah. So what attracted you to her?
I think just seeing this girl that had a really good presence in a nice flowery dress and a pair of cowboy boots.
Yeah.
That's how she sang the song, doing
Yeah.
you know, Life is a Highway.
Yeah.
And then she just got better and better and better, and you know, she's working hard at it now and on the way.
Yeah, you hear her name a little bit, don't you?
Yeah.
Caitlin Shadbolt. She's got a good social media presence. So
Yeah. Is there? I don't know if you guys know. Is there a country music venue or pub mainly in Brizzy somewhere? Well, where you'd go to see. I'm just wondering where she'd play. Like obviously she would have done a lot of live playing to go on the TV show, and then so. Is it just the festivals?
Yeah.
I wonder because there's a lot of country music festivals, or is there a pub somewhere that gets a bit of country music going?
There's not really a pub. I mean, she does a lot of festivals. She does a lot of, you know, the Muster. I think she's at CMC this weekend, or is out at Willowbank, and so and she's done a song just recently with Melanie Dyer called Dumb Decisions, and they're now touring around doing the Dumb Decisions show.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's actually quite good, quite catchy. You know, she's got into something that's probably good. So yeah.
There'd have to be a venue.
Well, that's a
somewhere,
good-
wouldn't there?
yeah, there probably is, but you know, we just had the Gympie Muster. That was just recent,
That's
wasn't
August.
it? Yeah.
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 So they're always doing festivals, but more so with the country artists. I'd imagine there's a lot of pubs up around Gympie that love the old country music too. I'd imagine.
Yeah, they'd
So,
have to be.
yeah. Good start, Stewie. That was a
excellent
good
start.
little tune.
So-
I like that one.
Nice young lady.
So who we got next?
Okay, next one is a young fella by the name of James Johnson.
Yeah.
So the song we're going to listen to obviously is called Small Town, but this is a guy that's worked really, really hard, and I just liked his background. I like his songs, but I like his background. So at a young age, he was travelling around with his dad. He came out of a place called Wingham in country New South Wales.
Okay.
He was travelling with his dad. They were selling farm equipment, selling tractors and doing servicing. And during that, he got to meet people like Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Garth Brooks in his teenage years. Then did a bit of work. He started playing some, tried a bit of funk music, tried writing a bit of indie acoustic music, did some rock and roll covers, and probably realised it wasn't for him. So again, went on to Australian Idol in 2009. 2014, he then went on to X Factor, and only got into the top 24. So after that, he decided that he's going to buy a bus. So he bought a bus and went over and travelled Nashville with a friend. And that's where he learnt to appreciate, I suppose, that's where he got stuck into country music. He was saying everyone over there went to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. He'd sit up till 4 or 5, and he wrote over 200 songs.
Wow.
And that's where he got his passion.
Yeah.
When he came back over here, he got stuck back into it and started releasing some albums. So the first song he released his debut single in 2021 was called Raised Like That. And it's all about, for him, it's about the family values.
Yep.
So, respect and all that sort of stuff. So he then went out to people and said, he went out to his community. He's got a fairly good following online. He went out to his community and said, send me in stories about Raised Like That, what it means to you. And all these people sent videos. So he then edited it personally himself, used that as his video, and that became for the values that he wanted for his song. So that's where that one came in. And then he released a second song called Small Town, which he spent a bit of time in the country, and he wrote it on his way home from Sydney, going back to his hometown.
Going back to Wingham.
Wynnum. Yeah, and he's a really nice young kid. Really great song. Great, very strong.
Don't you love
Isn't it
people like
amazing?
that, Curly, that
Yeah,
it reminds me of what's the name from Fraser Island,
Stratty, Clara.
Shadbolt Island, Clara, yeah. Who they want something so bad they're just going to go, well, fuck it, I'm just going to go and get it. I don't care if no one.
I'm
Yeah,
just
okay,
going to do it.
Yeah, I'm top 24. It's not good enough. No stuff. I'm going to buy a bus. I'm just going to go to America. You know? If people aren't going to come to you, they're just going to go and get it. I love that. You know.
Yeah.
So that song that he wrote, that raised like, I'll give you a bit of info about it. It became the fastest ever debut single by an Australian based country artist. It reached 1 million streams. In October, the song peaked at #1 on the Country Music Network, and the album went gold, certified gold, and he's the first Australian country artist in 21 years to achieve that milestone.
Excellent. Excellent.
So, pretty good pedigree.
And today we're going to listen to Small Town. So let's do this. This is James Johnson with Small Town.
Backed up traffic on the highway, going nowhere. I had to stay back and work late. Trying to look up, but all I see, high rise staring down at me. Not a star in sight, so I'm just thinking I'll head back to a small town, homebound. Back to what I know, back to a big sky, low-fi, that's where I'll go. Oh, there's always been a part of me that never gave it up. So tonight it's time to turn this thing around. Let's go. Back to a small town, small town, small town, yeah. Back to a small town, small town, small town, yeah. Light disappears in the rear view. I'm moving on. I got my hands tapping on the dashboard to a country song, and I can't get there now fast enough. So man, I'm gonna tear it up. Gonna drive it all night, running to the sunrise. Only place I'll go is back to a small town, homebound. Back to what I know, back to a big sky, low-fi. That's where I'll go. Oh, there's always been a part of me that never gave it up. So tonight it's time to turn this thing around. Yeah. Small town, small town, small town, yeah. Back to a small town, small town, small town, yeah. Get the bonfire ready, get the beers in the Yeti, 'cause baby, I'm on my way. Back to a small town, homebound. Back to what I know, back to a big sky, little lo-fi, that's where I'll go. Oh, there's always been a part of me that never gave it up. So tonight it's time to turn this thing around. Yeah, back to a small town, small town, small town, yeah. Right back to a small town, small town, small town, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's killer. That's pro, isn't it? I love that.
Yes.
I love that tune.
Yeah.
I love the lyric.
He's only written
Back to a big sky
Yeah.
and a bit of lo-fi. Fuck, that's a good line. You know, that's so true though. Of a small town in Australia, you got no internet. You know, which is good in some respects. You know, gets you away from everything. And one of the first things people realise when they come to Australia is how freaking big the sky is here. You know.
Yeah, it's people that were raised in small country towns. Like I was raised in Glen Ennis and then Maroochydore 40-odd years ago when it was a small coastal town as opposed to the metropolis it is today. You just get this sense of grounding when you go back. You would be the same with Townsville, or
for sure.
Magnetic Island, more
Magnetic
particularly.
Island, yeah.
So,
I love it.
yeah.
It's
That's a great song. Love
It
that
is a
one.
good song,
Great
man, really good
voice.
song. Oh,
And
his voice.
if I list-
from
if
the
I-
start.
Yeah, if I heard that in the radio, I wouldn't have said that's a country song. I just wouldn't have. It's a good song.
What would you say it was then? What genre?
I don't know if the genre would immediately hit me. I'd just be going, hey, this is all right. So, maybe after some analysis, I'd say, I might ask myself what genre, but I just think it's a nice little poppy song. It's not necessarily a poppy song. It's got a bit more meaning than just a 2-minute pop song. So, but
Well, it's country subject matter, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a country subject matter.
Definitely.
And his voice has got that. Well, now obviously he's been in the States for a while. It's got that Nashville twang to it.
Exactly.
That's what makes it.
Isn't it amazing the amount of connections we've had already with Nashville just by doing this?
Yeah.
We hear all these stories about Nashville. We've spoken to Alison from Nashville. Clara went to Nashville. It's just a continuation.
It's one of the epicenters of music, Curly. It's one of the epicenters in the world of music. All the great session players are in Nashville. Not all of them, but there's a lot there,
It's pretty much country music mecca, isn't it? That's where you go.
It is.
Yeah,
to get
true.
motivation and. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Tamworth, Stewie?
Nope.
Yeah, that's Australia Day, isn't it?
Yes.
Australia Day week or something.
It's on the bucket list. That's for sure.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So, second song, just as good, if not better, than the first one.
Yeah,
So,
double
I like the
tick
second
for that
one. Yeah, it's a good song. So,
what's next?
okay, so the next person I picked is, we were looking at Up and Coming, but I just saw this guy, and it's people that may know him, may not know him. I think potentially an underrated Australian singer, a guy by the name of Travis Collins. Born in Cessnock.
Okay,
So-
down in Illawarra Dragons territory.
down that end of the world. So, but this guy's written over a period of time. Has won 8 Golden Guitar trophies, 4 CMC Music Awards. His parents, people by the name of Terry Collins, who I didn't know, but his mum is actually Debbie Conway.
It's only the beginning.
Yeah, so he's got a bit of
is it Deborah
music in the
Conway?
background. Yeah, it's his mum. So
Okay.
he's released 8 albums. He's toured with people like Tim McGraw, Luke Combs, Billy Ray Cyrus. So he's done a fair bit of, he's brushed shoulders with some high rating people, and probably someone that I think, you don't hear a lot of. When you hear his music, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Someone that probably doesn't get the accolades that he probably should.
And I just need to correct something before we get hounded with messages. It's Cessnock is Newcastle territory. That's the Johns brothers.
Yes.
It's not nowhere near Illawarra. So I'm sorry for the mistake, people. But I make plenty on this, so who cares? So what's the song, Stewie, and what
This song's One of Them Nights. So he's in the process at the moment of putting together his 9th album. It'll be out in 2023. And this is one of the songs off his forthcoming album, which we'll eventually see.
All right, so it's called One of Them Nights.
And again, great Aussie background in the clip.
All right, Travis Collins, One of Them Nights.
Moon's up golden on the rise. She got that reckless in her eyes. Weekend crazy in the air. Girl, I know how to get us there. Been waiting all day for one of them nights. Waiting all day for one of them nights. Waiting all day for one of them nights. One of them sundown stars that pass around kind of party. One of them cool grooves, old school songs to get it started. One of them pull off the road kind of kisses. Little bit of that, pretty soon this is one of them times. Everything's right, one of those things. One of them nights. Road's gonna take us where it wants. Ain't no sign telling us to stop. I'll hold you close till the sky turns red. One of them nights when you don't go to bed. One of them sundown stars that pass around kind of party. One of them cool grooves, old school songs to get us started. One of them pull off the road kind of kisses. Little bit of that, pretty soon this is one of them times. Everything's right, one of those things. One of them nights. One of them sundown stars that pass around kind of party. One of them cool grooves, old school songs to get us started. One of them pull off the road kind of kisses. Little bit of that, pretty soon this is one of them times. Everything's right, one of those things. One of them nights, stars that pass around kind of party. Old school songs to get us started. One of them nights.
Just again, it's just get some mates around a campfire, have a couple of beers, and let's.
That's what it is. Let's party.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a great. I love that song, and one of them nights, Travis Collins. That was good. I enjoyed that.
Did that sound more
So
country
Stu-
to you, Curly?
Yeah, that was country. I'd have picked that one up. And I guess, Stewie, you do a lot more camping than what I do. My wife likes hotels and motels at a certain class level, but you enjoy camping with, 20, 30 people at a time.
Yep.
So is that something that you'd be playing around the campfire?
Definitely. Yeah, I've got a really good country playlist that plays through doof doof when we go away, and it's just that's my music. It's not for everyone. You're right, 100% correct. Now we've got people that come with us that don't like it. So you got to cut it short sometimes and let someone else have a go, but whatever floats your boat. So
yeah.
Does anyone
actually had a phone call from my?
Does anyone get the guitar out, Browsey, around the campfire?
I have a guitar and I've been threatening for 2 years to learn how to play it and I haven't done it yet. So I need to get my act together.
Okay.
Because that's what I want to do.
Maybe when you come to Adelaide, I'll give you a couple of lessons.
Yep, perfect. That would be awesome. So I had my daughter phone me this afternoon and say, "Dad, do you want to go to Brad Paisley on Monday?"
Oh,
so
nice.
He's playing up here, but here's some great funny old songs like Mr. Policeman and all that. The real funny, fun stuff.
Yeah.
So but I thought I couldn't go. I just come on. I was at Kiss a couple of weeks ago, so I don't want to sort of ruin that for a while yet. I just got to keep that in the back of my mind for a while.
Man, he can play guitar. That boy.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a
Mate,
guitar
there's
player.
that's a diverse music selection that you've just talked about. You've got Kiss in one hand, you've got the country artists in the other, and you don't mind a bit of techno every now and again.
Yeah, I'm not huge into it, that housey techno stuff. That's probably my least favourite, but like Bragg, I like all music. There's no music I don't like. I just like some more than others.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, I can always find the good in something.
Yeah. So let's ask the listeners, Braggy. Let's wherever you're listening to this or watching this, share with us what was your favourite song that Stewie played tonight. So we're not saying they're Stewie's favourites. We just said give us some up and comers. Let's hear about some of the new stuff coming through in country music, especially here in Australia. So why don't you share with us, whether in your comments or message us, and just let us know what was your favourite. And are there other up-and-coming country artists that we should be maybe talking to? So, how's that, Braggy? Sound good?
I reckon
what was your favourite?
The second one, James Johnson.
Yep.
I like that song.
And I'm probably going to say, I like the last one. So, and I liked all three, I'll be honest. I like Caitlin Shadbolt. I'd seen a couple of her songs on Facebook, so I think she's got a really good career. She's the total package almost, isn't she? So,
yeah. She's
but,
a bit more urban country, wouldn't you say? Like, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
She's a bit more big city country. Which is kind of
so outside of those three, Stewie, were there any names that you were considering that you thought you should bring to the consensus of our people?
My first thought was Casey Barnes. I love Casey Barnes, but he's been around for a while, so
he's quite. I won't say he's huge, but he's quite big now, isn't he?
Yeah, so that's why I sort of didn't go there. But he was the first one that came to my mind.
He did a lot of good things during COVID, didn't he?
Definitely. Yeah, I listened to him every Wednesday night. He had an hour on Wednesday night of mine. Used to stream it and listen to it. He actually, for those that are listen to or watch Farmer Wants a Wife, he did a lot of music the other week when they were doing all the dancing. It was he went there and played live for their barn dance.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, he's got some awesome music.
Yeah.
There used to be, I don't know if it's still on the ABC, there used to be a country show that would come on late at night, like 12 o'clock at like midnight. And I'd always listen to it when I was driving home from a gig. So it was like ABC national radio. So I'd be down at Victor Harbour or even up in Queensland used to get it. And then it would come on like at midnight or a bit after midnight. I forget who hosted it. It was a girl. Yeah. It was called Late Night Country or something, and it was great to drive home through the country, and have it
through the country, listening to country.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It was good.
Well, thanks, Stewie. It's been I've really enjoyed that. We've got our next guest lining up already in the lobby, so we're going to have to close this episode down. So, as I said, everyone, whatever your favourite song was, let us know what it was or if there's other artists that we should be listening to. As always, the songs that Stewie put forward today, we'll put them into the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast, so you can go, it's an easy place for you to go back and check them out. So thanks, Stewie. Everyone, tune into us, YouTube, Stewie. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Braggy, we've got another episode to record right now, so it's all going to happen.
Straight over. Let's do it.
Absolutely. So thanks again, Stewie. Thanks for listening, everyone, and enjoy your country.
Definitely.
See you soon.
See you, Stewie.
See you guys.
Hey, it's Rob Stanier, and you can check out my music on all the streaming platforms. You're listening to Braggy and Curly's Unfiltered and Undiscovered.